Welcome everyone to this pivotal discussion today. I'm not here to offer empty promises or quick-rich schemes. I am here to face with you a raw truth that has haunted humanity for centuries. A simple question that is often uncomfortable to confront. Why do most people remain poor? Let's reflect for a moment. They work tirelessly. They give their best effort. They dream of a better life, of financial freedom, of leaving a meaningful legacy. Yet, year after year, nothing truly changes. They remain stuck in a cycle. Daily worries, still struggling to pay bills, still looking up and wondering, why not me? What's holding me back? This is not a question of judgment, but an honest invitation to explore a profound truth together. The answer lies deep within principles that have been proven by one of the greatest minds of the 20th century, a man who dedicated over 2 decades of his life to deciphering the mysteries of success and failure, Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, the legendary author of the masterpiece Think and Grow Rich, spent more than 25 years doing something no one had done before. He delved into studying the most successful people on Earth. He directly interviewed thousands of hours per with historical giants like Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate who commissioned Hill's work, Thomas Edison, the great inventor, Henry Ford, who revolutionized the automobile industry, and John D. Rockefeller, the oil magnate. After thousands of interviews, after countless hours meticulously analyzing every detail of their lives and mindsets, what Hill found was not complex secrets, nor hidden formulas passed down, nor accidental luck. Hill did not conclude that poverty stemmed from laziness. He did not blame bad luck either. Instead, he made a powerful and shocking declaration, a truth that resonates to this day. The number one reason people remain poor is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making a decision and being wrong. Listen closely to that word, fear. It doesn't scream, it doesn't shout. It doesn't hit you like a sudden blow that makes you immediately aware of its presence. No, it whispers. It whispers things like, what if I fail? It would be so embarrassing. What if I'm not good enough? What will others think? What will people think of me when I try and don't succeed? Fear is subtle, my friends. It creeps into your mind like a venomous snake, yet it possesses immense power. It doesn't destroy you with force, but it paralyzes you with doubt, with hesitation. It keeps people trapped in what's called the comfort zone, a place that seems peaceful, but is in fact a graveyard for all potential and ambition. It convinces them to play small, to wait for the perfect moment, to prepare a little longer, to aim lower so they won't be disappointed when they don't achieve. And slowly, very slowly, dreams die. Grand dreams of true wealth, of personal freedom, of the ability to make an impact. They vanish without a sound, without a farewell. Hill wrote in his work, fear is the greatest enemy of success. It kills ambition, creativity, and belief. But here's what's even worse. What Napoleon Hill wanted us to deeply understand. Most people don't even realize they are controlled by fear. They don't call it fear. They call it being realistic. They call it being smart. They call it waiting for the right time. They call it being cautious. But in reality, that is fear in disguise, cloaked in plausible excuses, in appealing names to keep you in the invisible trap of procrastination, self-doubt, and ultimately, poverty. Like an invisible prison, fear shackles the will, paralyzes the ability to act, and gradually erodes an individual's spirit, making them accept a fate far less than what they could truly achieve. Hill understood that to achieve anything great, you must first overcome this internal barrier. You must conquer yourself before you can conquer the world. Now, let's discuss the second trap. Napoleon Hill consistently uncovered a trap just as dangerous as fear, and often a direct consequence of it, the lack of definite purpose. You ask people what they want in life, and most will answer, vaguely, I want to be happy, I want more money, I want to be successful. Sounds beautiful and desirable, right? But it's vague, it's soft. It's not a clear goal. A specific plan and a vague desire will only yield vague results. It's like getting on a boat without a map, without a destination. You just drift on the ocean, rewiring, or if you'll ever reach shore. Napoleon Hill unequivocally stated one of the core principles of his success philosophy. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. What does that mean in simple, understandable terms? If you don't know exactly where you're going, you will never get there. You cannot build true wealth without a specific, clear financial target defined by numbers and deadlines. You cannot attract the right opportunities without clarity on the type of opportunities you seek and their ultimate purpose. And you cannot take real/meaningful action if you are afraid to commit to a specific direction, a detailed plan. Hill heavily emphasized the concept of definiteness of purpose. He believed this was the first brick, the most solid foundation, that any successful person must lay. You cannot hit a target you cannot see or define. You cannot plan a journey/if you don't know the exact destination. Vagueness is the number one enemy of progress, and the close friend of poverty. Hill proved that wealthy individuals all have a clear and definite purpose, supported by a burning desire to achieve it. Those without a clear goal often live a reactive life instead of a proactive one. They react to incoming bills, to unexpected challenges, to the demands of others. They lack an internal compass to guide them, so they easily get lost in life's labyrinth, swept away by circumstances instead of creating their own currents. They live in a state of ambiguity. NTO success will only come ambiguously, if at all. Now, let's analyze how most people remain trapped in poverty from generation to generation, not due to a lack of effort or intelligence, but due to a lack of understanding per an application of the fundamental principles of success that Napoleon Hill so diligently uncovered. They fear failure, so they don't dare to attempt great things. Don't venture onto new paths. Don't take the necessary risks to achieve breakthrough success. They don't define a clear goal, so they wander aimlessly through life, like a rudderless boat drifting on the vast sea, unsure when it will ever reach shore. They get stuck in survival mode, chasing monthly bills, immediate needs, instead of building dreams, long-term, directional goals for the future. They accept this as life, and sadly, they pass it down to their children, creating a vicious cycle of poverty, thinking of accepting fate. You must understand that poverty is not merely a state of financial deprivation. It is a state of mindset, because poverty is not just in the wallet. It's deeply rooted in one's way of thinking, in their beliefs, in their mental habits. And Napoleon Hill understood